Good day, everyone. I have the privilege of introducing Sameer Gupta, who is the founder of a very interesting, authentic local brand in the nutritional food space. And today we're going to understand from a mass entrepreneur like him as to how to build brands, especially in the COVID era space. Um, so over to you, Sameer. Sameer, welcome to this webinar and thank you for the time that you have given us. I'll just please introduce yourself, your business, and your brand uh, in a few sentences. Thank you.
Thank you, Shantanu, for having me over. My name is Sameer Gupta, and basically, I'm a chartered accountant. I had been working in various organizations as a CEO or CFO for the past 25, 30 years. Actually, what happened, when I came back to India after spending nearly about 20 years overseas, I was very heavily diabetic. And that was the time I came across, a person in Chamoli who had this, who was doing this research on Ayurveda. And that kind of intrigued me. Over the conversation, when it was happening, he told me, Samir, there is a particular product which we have concocted and it's a totally Ayurvedic product. Why don't you try it out? All these problems which happen is because of the wrong eating habits and it's because of their lifestyle. Initially, like everybody else, I was also very skeptical. I said, okay, fine, I'll start it. And when I started consuming over a period of 9 months, what I realized, my HbA1c level started falling. And after 9 months, it became perfectly normal. I was obese and my total weight was 94 kgs. I became 70. My cholesterol levels came under control. That was the time when I actually researched on this particular product. It's a haldi based product. It's a locally grown haldi there by the name of Swarna haldi. This haldi is extremely high on curcumin and they mix other 13 more ingredients along with this haldi to give it that health benefit. And from there, my journey of Haldi Vita started.
Sameer, just a quick sentence on what made you take up this particular entrepreneurial opportunity.
Shantanu, it was more out of passion than anything else. I mean, it was not a business for me when I got it started. I mean, I saw the impact of this particular haldi, this particular turmeric on myself. And then I said, why don't I do it for family and friends? So initially, it was a very, very small, kind of production I started, which was basically for family, for friends. But then the orders started growing. They wanted it for their friends. They wanted it for their larger families. And it came to a stage when we realized, like, okay, fine. I mean, we cannot manage like this. We'll have to go into commercial production. And the kind of responses we were getting were absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the kind of health benefits which the people were getting. So again, I'll repeat, it was more out of passion I started this particular venture.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Sameer, now we are in the COVID era. Lots of challenges in raw materials, transportation, getting into the distributors, etc. Tell us a little bit about what challenges that you are facing in your local context, in your system, and how are you dealing with it as a small entrepreneur?
See, just before COVID, I mean, our sales had really shot up. I mean, to give you a very, kind of just one number, on a daily basis, we were getting orders, online orders for nearly about 40 to 50 bottles, which was growing, month after month. Now, the moment this COVID happened, the lockdown got announced. The first thing which got hit was a production facility which is there in Dehradun. I mean, we could not open it. We had to just, kind of completely shut it down. That was the first part. Secondly, there were some stocks which were lying in our godown there. We could ship to Delhi. The entire logistics chain disrupted. The supply chain was disrupted. That was a thing. We had to these e-commerce websites. They stopped picking up the orders. They said, like, why don't you go on a silent mode and say, like, you are inactive for this period of time, because they also didn't have people to deliver. They didn't have people pick up guys. So on the whole, I mean, this entire business came to a halt. But then we got together. We all realized, I mean, this is not going to work out. So what should we do? The first thing what I did was, in order to survive, I said, okay, fine. I mean, let there be no orders for the next 15 days, next 20 days. But let's start connecting to our customers. We had a database. a huge database. I mean, we have nearly got about 6,000, 7,000 customers, and out of them, quite a few are repeat customers. So we started contacting our repeat customers. We prioritized them. Me and my co-founder, we spoke to them and just to find out, okay, how is it impacting them? You know, what additional features would they like in the product? I mean, are they happy with the supply chain, logistics issues? What else would they require from us as a company, from us as individuals? So that gave us a feel. That was the first thing what we did. The second thing what we realized was like in order to push it further, we need to have a stock of creatives, which the moment I mean the lockdown opens, we can start pushing it in the market. That was the second thing. Third, as a social responsibility, we did was, I mean, we started these coronavirus warriors. We started contacting them and celebrating their life, the celebrating what they were doing. So that was another thing what we started doing. So I mean, there were small things which we kind of wove it in and said, "Okay, like this is the way, this is our vision, this is what is going to get aligned to our vision, and this is the way we need to take the company forward."
The next question I have is, Sameer, you built a very interesting brand. Tell us a little bit about how you built that brand ground up, and also what would be the 2 or 3 tips for mass entrepreneurs who are very small and therefore can't compete with other big brands. How do you build a local, authentic, genuine small brand? Give us some tips on that for other mass entrepreneurs like yourself.
Building a brand is quite a challenging thing, but one has to do it very, very systematically. I mean, there are a couple of there are different kinds of branding which a person requires to do. One is, of course, the product branding, which is very, very important. You know, unless and until you have to generate that kind of a confidence in your customers, in your consumers, that this product is genuine. So first of all, whatever needs to be done, authenticate it and build a genuine brand. The second thing which is very important, which I realize is the personal branding of the people behind the product is extremely important. You see, because that creates a kind of, that generates a confidence level amongst the consumers. And the consumers, once they are okay, they kind of align to that branding, then without, you know, then they don't bat an eyelid and they say, okay, this particular product, these guys are genuine, the product is genuine, the way they're dealing with the product is genuine. So definitely, I mean, there has to be something, you know, unique behind it. So that's the second thing. The third thing, which I feel very, very important to align both the brands, that is personal brand and the product brand, it is extremely essential that there has to be some USP in it. Just creating a brand for the sake of brand does not work, or it's a very, you know, kind of time bound kind of a thing. But if there is a uniqueness, you've got to enhance that uniqueness. Like in our case, Haldi Vita, the uniqueness is the haldi and the other ingredients what we are putting in. Now there are 14 ingredients. The biggest challenge we were facing was how to get the right quality of ingredients. And that took us 6 months. We had to go from, you know, go to different vendors, we had to procure it from different places, get it tested in the lab. Finally, when we were convinced, okay, this particular supplier can provide us with the best possible ingredient, the best quality ingredient, we went in for that. Now that has become our USP. Now, if anyone else also wants to copy the brand, they can also start it. But the work which has gone behind to find out which is the best quality ingredients, if that person will also have to do a similar kind of a thing in order to really compete with the benefits what our product is giving. So it's very important that a person genuineness, you know, the quality effectiveness, supply chain logistics, and a customer connect. These are very important to create a local brand.
Wonderful. I think you've explained it amazingly well. What I got from that was build a product brand, build a personal brand, and find that unique strength or unique selling point that actually you can emphasize, you can amplify, and you can build a moat around such that other people, other brands will find it difficult to compete with you. I think that's a very, very wonderful strategy, Sameer, and kudos to you and your company and the brand. The last question I have, Sameer, is in this COVID crisis, Um, what is the support that you possibly would want from other people in the ecosystem, and maybe also from game? And what is the support that probably you can provide where you feel that you've been able to successfully tackle maybe one of the small problems in the COVID era? Therefore, what is the support that you can provide?
Shant, here I say one thing, if a person starts looking for support outside, you know, initially what I feel is the support should come from within. I mean, you got to restructure the organization. You have to find your USPs. You have to find out, okay, what exactly are your strength points. You have to enhance on that. And the moment you do that, the support from others will automatically come in. If the other person feels that the company is weak or the founders are weak, then they're also refrain from supporting. I mean, this is human psyche. There's one thing which I've realized all the time. So one is you have to develop a strength within. I mean, you have to be there. You have to be there for yourself, for the organization, and for your customers. If you move that approach, things will automatically start falling in. That's very, very important. I mean, that is what I've learned in all these 35 years. Okay, first, you've got to strengthen your own base before asking for support. Yeah, then definitely you need support. You need your ecosystem to go back in place. You need the logistic partners. You need the procurement guys. So that entire ecosystem, what you have developed, it's not just the customers, but the entire ecosystem. They are there to support you. Okay, provided you are in touch with them and you support them in the time of their need. Some people will fall out. I mean, it doesn't happen 100%. Some people are definitely going to fall out. But the people who remain, then you can build up very long-term relationships with these guys.
Wonderful.
Other is, of course, like, I mean, we utilize this time. I mean, I must mention it here. We have got a couple of mentors, like one of our mentors, he's the global director of this Ricket Benkaiser. Now, he helped us in branding a product. So we are working very closely with during this COVID lockout. He's based out of UK. So, I mean, we have constant interactions with him. We have con calls with him, with me, my co-founder and him. And then we are working out strategies so that the moment this lockdown is over, what exactly to do. So these are all small steps. So you have to first support first from within and then from outside and seek like how you can strengthen whatever you have done even further.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And Sameer, finally, at some point, I would request you to do a small webinar for some of our other MEs on localized and genuine brand building in the nutritional food space. At some point later, we will request you to do that. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for this time, Sameer. It's been wonderful talking to you. Wonderful getting the snippets of wisdom from you about how a mass entrepreneur is facing challenges, overcoming them both from an internal strength perspective and also figuring out how can they do better, and also the brand building effort. So really, thank you for this time. Appreciate the time and appreciate your insights. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Shandun. It was a pleasure talking to you guys. Anytime, we are always there. And in case anybody needs any support from my end also, I'm always there. And I'm open to discussions and I'm open to any kind of help.
All right.
Person.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.